What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now. I'm Alex, and in this video, I want to talk about Lost Records Bloomin' Rage yet again. Talk about why I'm both very excited and very nervous for this game. I mean, look, we sit here about 10 or so days away, depending on when this video goes up, of course, from the game's release, the first half of the game's release, right? And I continue to get more excited, as the month goes, and that's kind of why I wanted to make this video at first. And I thought, well, there are some cautionary things I wanted to throw in, or I've been thinking about, as well, that I kind of wanted to throw at you guys, and you can let me know what you think about them. So let's kind of start at more of the negatives. Let's kind of start with more like the pessimistic side of things, because, while I am very, very excited, there's some things I think that could go wrong, and I'm also nervous for Don't Nod, and I don't know if this is the perfect video to do for it, but I wanted to do it anyway. So, one of the things that's made me kind of lose hope in humanity, in gamers, and honestly, I guess to be real, right? Something that's made me very nervous about just like the state of Don't Nod is really their financials and where they're at in this last little while. And I think it could be really summed up as one thing, right? They are kind of getting supported through Vampyr and Life is Strange. And we've seen that in past like financial reports where the only thing that's keeping them above water, and by above water, I mean like just breathing, kind of not really making a ton of money, is the back order, like back sales, whatever, of these games that are 10, 8, 7 years old, okay? When I look, another thing that was kind of like just soul crushing, Banisher's Ghost of New Eden was one of the best games, period, of last year. It was incredible, and it was Don't Nod easily their best game since Life is Strange. Not even close. I thought Jusant was actually a really good game, and that was the closest game to Life is Strange in terms of quality. Banishers blew it out of the freaking water. It goes Life is Strange, and then there probably is a gap, because of course I love Life is Strange to death. But this is something that's made me kind of nervous, because it really feels like their entire future, if they have a future, relies on Lost Records. So you could be saying, well, Alex, you spent this whole time talking about just like the sales and stuff. I mean, look, it doesn't necessarily have anything to do with Lost Records quality, like as an actual game. I do get worried, because it's like, well, this is Showtime. Not only is it time for them to kind of return to form of that Life is Strange form, right? These are the creators. These are people that made Life is Strange 1 and 2, and that means something. That could be very impactful, and this game can be very special. It's something we'll talk about in a second. But also, like, if this doesn't do well, I mean, like, even if this is an incredible game, if this is Life is Strange quality, you add a Life is Strange quality type game in this, and say it doesn't sell, right? So it fails. And then you had Banisher's Ghost of New Eden, which also was incredible quality, and that fails. What can Don't Nod really do that can survive, that can keep them around anymore, right? So, and it's a thing that I like them. I want them to continue making games. If I can be promised, by the way, like a Banishers type game in quality every couple of years, I will want that studio to live on forever. I mean, that's how special I think it would be. So I want them to live on. And again, while it's so exciting that this game is finally coming, it's also like, okay, this is Judgment Day. I mean, like, I know it's a little extreme maybe, but like, this is it, because we've been talking, or people have been thinking about this for a while, where it's like, okay, they're expecting Lost Records to like do well. Like, this cannot bomb. This cannot sell 50,000 units, right? This has to do numbers. And if it doesn't, like, it's over. By the way, I truly believe it's over for Don't Nod if this game bombs, say, as bad as Banishers did. But Banishers did very, very bad, right? So, okay, that's kind of that. In terms of the quality of the game, I mean, of course, there's ways it can go wrong. I'm not a big fan of Life is Strange 2. I've talked about that before. It is my least favorite Life is Strange game in the entire franchise. So I was going to actually say, in terms of Don't Nod as a company, they are very hit or miss, right? Like, they've made some great games, Life is Strange, Jusant, Banishers, even Vampyr. But then, I guess Vampyr I should probably reserve for, they've had mid games that at times can be good, but also, generally they're average. I think Vampyr is one of those. I know that not everybody would agree. Games like Tell Me Why, I thought, there was something kind of special about Tell Me Why, but it doesn't super stand out. It didn't move the needle in terms of, helping that company too much. Twin Mirror, things like that, right? So, for every amazing game that they've had, I mean, if we're talking about just quality, not even sales, right? Quality games, they've also had some not great ones. This hasn't been a company, I think you can fairly say, it hasn't been a company that's just had hit after hit since Life is Strange 1. Life is Strange 1 came out 10 years ago, and since then they've just had like 10 hits. No, they've been kind of all over the place, to be honest. So So, in terms of lost records from that department, and even just my personal, negativity towards Life is Strange 2, there's always the potential that you could either get a really great game or a not great game. I have a lot of faith in Lost Records. I think it's going to be a really good game, and I want to really believe in it. But, there's always the chance that it could go wrong. Well, and I guess I just kind of said the positive side, why I'm very excited. Well, I just said the return to form type thing. The game looks really, really good. Okay, I'm just really excited to kind of jump back in. The similarities to Life is Strange, as we've talked about before. I mean, I want to be hooked on another one of these type of games. And like I mentioned with Banishers, like I just want more high quality games from Don't Nod. And if you can do technically, I guess 2 in a row, Banishers and then Lost Records, not sales, just the quality of the game, that would be really, really swell. Because I think they're very capable of making elite games, as we've talked about. They can make really, really good games. They just have been more hit or miss. So I want the game to do good. I'm super excited. It's one of those games, that they say 10 or 12 hours, right? In terms of like the whole game. It's a game I expect to go in and play 5, 6, 7 hours each part and really take in every scribble on paper or every, dialogue decision. I want to do that. See, now the game can push you away from that if it's not so good. If you don't care about the characters as much, if you don't care about the story, you're not going to care about the intricate details of the world. That's why I think made Life is Strange so special in the first place was it's a game you could spend 3-4 hours per episode, right, in that game. And it's not just because you had 3-4 hours to kill. It's because everything about that world, everything about those characters, everything about the story pulled you in, and you wanted to learn more. You wanted to learn more about, everything I just said. You wanted to learn more deep dive stuff in the characters, in the lore, in the background of Arcadia Bay, about the Prescotts and stuff, right? It made you want to discover that stuff, and then it had that stuff in the game that you were able to do it. I want that for Lost Records, but it has to have that quality. It has to have a world that I want to be able to spend, as much time as they let me. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. Make sure, as always, you're subscribed to the channel, bell icon turned on, and I hope to see you all on the next one.